We are going to have a discussion that is going to help us to understand online harassment, to help us to also come up with ways how, as media personnel, we can be able to be safe online as we do our work, but also be able to report on these incidents of online harassment.
As a feminist and a very opinionated person on Twitter or online, I can't begin to tell you from the unsolicited dick pics to literal rape threats to being called names. Some of us saw the worst.
For instance, you share any picture and out of like 10 comments, you're going to get at least 6 of them that are talking about your physique. And I realized that some men actually have the misconception that women want that.
It takes a strong person. Sometimes you feel like you don't even want to appear on air anymore. Mm-hmm. But again, this is your job. You have to do it. You have to, put on a show and then do not give the public that probably you're hurt or something like that.
We could hardly see anything reported on online violence, and it was happening. So it is something that is happening silently, but also not recognized. But it is high time that we make sure it is recognized.
This is what we think or we believe online safety means to us. Being able to identify a threat in whatever form it comes, having your opinion respected, that rubs into freedom of expression without being bashed, using the internet without fear of being attacked, threat management. Should you find yourself in a space where either trolls are on your case, how to be able to manage.
But how can we continue to do our work comfortably even when the harassment is there? How can we guard ourselves against it?
They suggested blocking, someone suggested to muting, then deleting again. There's unfollowing of accounts that you don't really like, then request denial or screening those that you let into your space, then counter-attacking. Yeah, how about you give someone a taste of their own fire? Yeah, then ignoring. Sometimes you don't have to give a voice to the people attacking you. Then reserving the most personal information to yourself, and then employing the platform's privacy tools, and then entirely steering clear of social media.
So your password should be complicated. Complicated means your password should have numbers, symbols, that are capital letter, uppercase and lowercase letters. Your password, then the next letter is L. Your password should be long, should be more than 8 characters. The second one is, the third is I. Your password should be impersonal. So your password should not be any information that relates to you. Who can tell us what multi-factor authentication is? Those people that have it.
I have to give the permission through my phone. So even if you're on that laptop and you try to access my email, they're going to give me a notification here and they're going to tell me, click this number if you are the one.
Pfizer, do you commit to using the morning show to speak about digital safety?
I think one of the things that everyone should ideally commit to is not just talking about digital safety for women, but talk about those things that people don't actually realize are wrong. Things that have been more or less normalized. So we need to create as much awareness about those things as possible so that people are informed that when this happens, it's actually not right. Someone shouldn't address you like this or shouldn't body shame you like this. There's things that have just been normalized in our society.
Even if we are saying we are the victims, we are also the perpetrators. That's why I said in the end, everything that was said as you're bringing the mic just felt like we need to check ourselves as much as we are checking everyone else.
My name is Faith Mulungi, and I'm a feminist and a digital communications freelance and consultant. And I've just been attending the policy training on digital security for women in the workplace. And I must say I love the fact that we have begun this conversation, especially since most of my work is online, and being surrounded by women and men that were sharing their experiences was not only validating but also eye-opening to how varied their experiences are with using the digital spaces. I've been challenged to take my digital security very seriously, and I've also been given tools that I can use to make sure that even as I advance for women's and minorities' rights, that I can enjoy the internet as a safe space with tools that are readily available. So I really appreciate policy for the awareness that has been created.
These things we're talking about, online harassment, is relatable. I mean, I have been harassed online, I have been bullied online. So majority of the people relate to what we are talking about. So doing this training today was really targeting journalists, because we know journalists have platform. Journalists are the people we see every day, we listen to every day. When you're driving to work, you listen to someone on radio. When you're back from work, you sit and watch TV. We noted that we need to get journalists on board, help them understand the concepts of digital safety. Why does it matter? Why is it important? Talk about digital safety, because if our lives are moving online purely, then it's important that we put in place measures to make sure that people are secure online, but also to make sure that awareness is created. And we know that journalists, once they understand these concepts and also relate to them, they should be able to communicate effectively about them, because in the past they've done stories on online harassment and they've re-victimized the victims without knowing that they're doing something wrong. So them getting to understand that actual online harassment or cyberbullying or all these kinds of violations that happen online are crimes, and there's something they can do about it, and they can use their voices to work on these things or create awareness. I think it will go a long way in making sure that we are creating safe online spaces, and that women, children, and anyone is free to interact online and use online for business and make their lives better.
I found the training a bit short, so could you guys call us again? Because some of the topics probably needed us to expound a bit better, but I absolutely appreciate the honor and the opportunity for me to be part of today's training, and I'm so grateful.